Hey everybody, Solo Kneecap here with the first online battle against my friend Kevin. His link will be in the description. And I'm testing out a brand new Hailstorm team, and that's the first time you're only going to see hail because I couldn't get this thing to work at double speed. And so I had to edit it out in order to fit the stupid time limit. Alright, so he has his Ampharos that focus blast me, which I completely forgot even though I've played him several times. And this Abomasnow is trained in health, defense, and attack, in order to prevent the close combats from KOing it. But, so yeah, this Focus Blast completely raised him in the face, and he goes down. So, already this new hail team is kind of sucking. But, yeah, there you can see, like, the little bit of hail damage just magically appeal there. Yeah, it's kind of great. Okay, so I send out my Frost Blast just to two-hit KO this thing in the face with a blizzard. So I go and do that, and it does about half damage. Drinking some sparkling water here, very manly. Yeah, just withers down and then bam, it's at half damage. So he goes ahead and T-bolts, and I know I can survive it because this Frost Blast actually has some decent special defense and it's at full health, so so I'm able to live it quite well. And I get he gets the Parallax, so, and he T-bolts me and he kills me. So already I'm starting out with horrible. My lead is gone and one of my best sweepers is gone, so I'm not looking so good here. Sorry. And then I send out, basically I'm gonna change out this Gyarados because it's not a good Gyarados. I didn't train it or anything. It was what I beat my Emerald version with. So it doesn't have any good moves because that's just how new this thing is. I think it has like Thrash, Bite, Tackle, and something else. It doesn't have Dragon Dance, doesn't have anything. I'm not gonna use it. I already thought of something else to change it with. But this Gyarados is fast. I Thrash it because I'm just cool like that and I don't do anything else, and it kills it. So he sends out his Espeon, and he Calm Minds because he can, and he knows he can take a Thrash. And I do that, and I Thrash with my feet and hands, even though Gyarados doesn't have either of the two. Maybe just hits him in the face. That'd be pretty sweet. Smacking it on it. Sorry. So I take some Life Orb and some hail damage, and he just goes ahead and just overkills Hyper Beam because he knows that, sure, he can, I don't know if he has Thunderbolt on the Espeon. I know he has Psychic and Shadow Ball, so no, he doesn't. So maybe he wasn't sure that Psychic or Shadow Ball would kill me, even though it probably would have. But I have Regice, which could take either of the two, and I also have the Pokemon that had a priority move, so I could have killed it off with that. So I send out this Regice and I Ice Beam. And this is also a new Regice. I just needed a special wall for this team. Good. This is a Hailstone team. So now he sends out a Semi-Top, and I see the obvious close combat coming, so I'm going to switch out to my physical wall Cloyster. This Cloyster is pretty beastly. It can be a physical wall, it can be a starter, because it has toxic spikes, which is great on a Cloyster. A lot better than normal spikes, I personally think, because you need to set up it 3 times in order to get any significant damage with spikes, where you can just use Stealth Rocks and get a lot more damage. So yeah, I protect, and I believe I cut out to a little block thing, yeah, because this lasted forever, and it would actually have probably went over the limit. I would have had to fast forward, but basically, I just keep protecting, and I was able to get some toxic spikes up. So let's go for an Ice Shard, and I get a crit, which is pretty sweet. I almost killed it. If I did, that would have just been amazing. I should have just went for the protect again, just hoping for it. You never know. That would have been great. So then he kills me. So my Fizzy Wall is down, so Fizzy Wall. So I decided to send in my Glaceon because I know Glaceon has pretty decent defense and should be able to take out this Hitmontop because it only probably has like 10 health left or so. So I do. And he hits me with the close combat. And that drops me down to 49, 50 or so. Yeah, 49, which is adequate. I mean, for a stab super effective close combat, that's pretty good. And I go for a water pulse just in case if he switched out to something that would resist ice, like a fire or something, in case if he wanted to save it, but he didn't. And I knew water pulse would have killed it anyway, because Glaceon is a pretty hefty special attack. And so he sends out his Ninetales, and I know I can't outspeed this thing, and I should have switched in to my Regice, but I was being stupid, and I didn't know how well the Regice was. You'd be surprised, that thing took a beating this round. So he flamethrowers my Glaceon, and obviously that's going to kill it. And yes, the Toxic Spikes, just one layer, poisoned the Ninetales, in case you're wondering why that did that. Didn't remember. So I send out my last poke, which is Regice, and look how much damage that did with the hail and the poison. That was a good chunk. That's like 1/10 or so. So he goes for the overheat, and I was expecting that to kill me, and I was like, oh, good game, Kevin. I always like battling with you. But actually, this Regice survived with almost half health from that stabbed overheat, and I was amazed. So I just went for a rest, you know, just in case if it brought me down too low or something. And I do have a Lumberry on this, so that heals it. And the reason I have a a Lumberry on there instead of just a Chesto Berry, which I believe wakes him up, is so that even if they paralyze me, then that's just like another thing rest. And I'm gonna get Sleep Talk on it, but right now it has Curse instead, which is pretty gay. Okay. So he confused raised me, and I get confused obviously, and I hurt myself in confusion, but since Regice just has Beastly Defense, it hardly does anything. I think like 17 damage, and all that damage that Ninetales has on it right now is just from the hail and the Toxic, and I mean, that's a hefty damage. That's like Stealth Rocks on a Charizard, I mean, that's big. So he flamethrowers me, it does nothing, maybe like 40 damage, and I'm actually able to get a Ancient Power off on his Ninetales. And I don't know why people don't have Ancient Power on their Regice, because I mean it's just an overall good move. It's special. Regice has some good special attacks. Oh, excuse me. And you can get all your stats boosted, and that could just make this thing a massive just horrible wall. So the poison kills the Ninetales, and he sends out its Dragonite and Fire Punches me, which is a pretty beastly move to have on a Dragonite. It's a great counter to a lot of steals and things that Dragonite are weak against. But I'm able to survive and get an Ice Beam off, which is pretty legit, and I'm thinking, 4 times weakness, stabbed, Ice Beam, which has like 80 base power from Regice, maybe. I don't know what type of Dragonite this is. Maybe it's physically bulky, or specially, I don't know, but I'm able to kill in one hit, so it probably doesn't have the world's greatest special defense, but I don't think too many. That's like a Garchomp surviving an Ice Beam. You just don't see that coming. So then he sells out his Wailord, which gets Toxic, but that, well, not Toxic, just normally poison. But that doesn't matter because he deserves me for the win, even though he probably should have Water Spouted. It doesn't matter because he kills me. But, so, great game, Kevin. Had a lot of fun. I always enjoy playing with you. So, everyone, just rate, comment, subscribe, visit his channel. And thank you for watching. There will be more installments in the future.